Hello, people. I see there's quite a few people here already. Please hit that like button because we got the Calandria crew and the FBS crew over here hitting the dislike button. So if you can hit that, I'd appreciate it. And Tony is here. Tony right now is doing what they hate. He's eating a steak. Tony just popped out. He'll probably pop back in. Well, hope he pops back in. A couple things I want to talk to you about, and we'll talk until Tony gets back here. First of all, I want to read. He's coming right back right now.
Here we go.
Got you back, Tony. Okay, first I want to play the.
What are you talking about? People are already hitting on
something to people. I'm going to play this minute part. Yeah, that's what they do. But that's in the beginning. You always catch up. Right. Okay, I'm just gonna play this. It's about 2-minute part, and then I want to explain why I played it.
Motherfuckers ain't stand up. You never had.
He's like Archie Bunk on crack. You know.
Fucking stand up, motherfuckers ain't nobody. And nobody's fucking and pizza.
Look who he's talking to. Two jerk-offs that don't know nothing.
All these fucking great questions.
Fuck him up.
Jim, they're gonna go like this. Yeah, he cooperated, right? Every fucking body knows everybody. Kidding me? Nobody knows his fucking pizza.
Look how these two jerk-offs are loving that.
And what? Nobody.
I'm getting some interference on that. I'm getting some interference on that, so I'm just not going to play any more of it. But what I like to talk about is Jimmy Calandra, when he did that the other day, he mentioned my brother's death, and he said my brother should die in hell. I like Jimmy to know that one of his daughters was watching that, Jimmy, and she was very upset by what you said. So,
Lee, that wasn't the video.
I know. No, the video was interfering with this, so I just took it off.
No, the video that he said that on was with Tom Levecchia and Josie the.
Oh yeah, he said it on that one too. He said it on that one too. Yeah. So basically, what I want to say is, you know what, Jimmy and I, we've had our problems and stuff, but when you start going after innocent people that have got nothing to do with this, and then you got those ass clowns, all three of them laughing, and that goes for Bald Sicilian, that goes for Chana, and that goes for Gun Park. And they were all laughing as he was saying it, like it was some kind of joke. So here's what it comes down to, Chana. You think it's so funny, and Bald Sicilian, stop bitching when someone goes after your wife. If you think that is funny about a guy with a brain tumor dying and then some fucking woman killer talking about it, and you think it's that funny, everything's funny now. We're at a new level, guys. And you guys should like this anyway because you like the drama. So we'll give you lots of drama. So, Tony, what are you doing? Where are you at?
I'm in the truck stop eating a steak. What's going on?
Yeah, so you did a show this morning, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, did you notice?
I do a little comedy hour up, before church. And we had a little prayer group for the sick baby in Houston, Texas. A friend of mine, grandson, still laying in ICU.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
I had about 129 people praying this morning. It was great.
Well, that's beautiful.
Not to interrupt this. This miserable rant came from a retard. They call the helmet. You know what I mean? The helmet There it is. Sorry about that. This phone's getting a little stupid on me.
Well, I put up a video yesterday and told Jimmy what he can expect now. You know, Jimmy, you know, you're your own worst enemy. You have a lot more to lose than me, Jimmy. I mean, you have a show that can actually do something, but it's never gonna. And I'll make sure it doesn't. And I can tell you that straight up.
Listen. I left New York because I don't want to be nowhere near there when Jimmy gets picked up or clipped. You know what I mean? Nowhere near there. They ain't gonna blame me for that shit. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't know what's going to happen to Jimmy. Jimmy's a fool, and he can run around and act like a tough guy, but you've upset a lot of people by your remark the other day that I don't
they
know
might
what
be
to
calling
say.
him Jimmy Hopper soon. You know what I mean?
Well, Jimmy's a tough guy. You kidding me? Jimmy could take them all on.
Oh, he'll smack him in the mouth. He'll smack him in the mouth. Yeah.
Yeah. They can always put him back in Gene Gotti's cell, you know, but Gene Gotti's out of jail, so he doesn't need anybody to take care of his shoes and put his chair out and wipe his ass. God knows what else he was doing for Gene.
He hates Gene Gotti.
Oh, without a doubt. Gene probably made him like a little bitch when they went. You know that.
Oh, yeah. Gene said it's either me, kid, or that fucking guy over there with the 12-inch cock. You know? Make your decision. You know what I mean?
Okay. Let's keep the swearing down. Don't come after the video. That's their style. Did you know that we have one person on here? I'm not going to mention her name, but she filed a complaint against me because I mentioned where she worked, because she mentioned it, and she works for a government job, and actually a government spy job, and she's in these rooms, and she pretty much gave up. I don't want to say her name because then she's going to come after this video and get it shut down. So she knows who she is. I'll tell you when I'll tell you when the video's over. But anyway, So anyway, she has a government for one of these spy agencies, and she comes out and says that she admits that she works for this agency, and all these people are friends with her. It's hilarious. I mean, you can't make this stuff up.
No kidding.
Hey, Peter Pasta says.
Peter Pasta, my man.
Is this? Yeah, he wants to know what's up, Tony. I'm going to try this again. I spoke to John Rizzo. He told me what you're up to, what's going on. Get your shit together.
Good picture of old Petey.
Yep. So where are you from?
What?
No, John, I'm not talking about her. I got plenty to say to her. Okay, listen, guys. Also, Uncle Bad Touch. He's using clickbait on his shows now all the time. In his just a fair warning, he's using clickbait. The other day, he used a clickbait saying that I have Tony on here because I want to make money. And I'm going to tell you people right now, I prefer that any type of money that you're going to send to this show, you send it to Tony's app. And
you know what I love about this? I brought my friend Peter Pasta back to life.
Oh, did you? Lead pipe.
Call me Frankenstein.
Lead pipe said I gave Jimmy a job a few years back at my pizzeria. I had to let him go for stealing cold cuts. He's no good.
Yeah, he said that on my page earlier.
Well, is that true, Lead pipe? You know, these guys like to bring out all the things I've stolen in my life, but I never stole cold cuts. John Wolf, you son of a bitch, how you doing? I got you back in here now. Okay, so do you know John Wolf? Tony, do you know John Wolf?
No, I don't.
Okay.
He's got some funny videos, though.
Yeah, he does. But with John Wolf, It depends what kind of mood he's in. One day he's my buddy. The next day he's busting my chops. Oh, yeah. Actually, John, I blocked you last time because you did dox me, John. Like, let's not forget that, So let's put that behind us. You showed us where you worked in New Orleans. Remy, how you doing? The Truth, how you doing? Appreciate you.
Is that Uncle Bad Touch?
No, that's The Truth has a picture of Uncle Bad Touch.
Oh, okay.
But The Truth is one of the good guys. He's been watching my show for a long time now. Ramper, how you doing? John Wolf says Jimmy Calandra stole cold cuts from his employer. He's a union man now. Yeah, right? Yeah, The Truth. John Wolf, Uncle Bad Touch, and Tony blocked me. Well, John Wolf, you get blocked a lot, man. It's like sometimes you earn it. Come on, admit it.
How are you?
This steak is so good.
How are you?
I won't be having steak with Joe Candela. I'll tell you that.
That'll be their show tonight. You know what they'll talk about? They'll talk about your eating, like you didn't care, and tonight that's what they'll be talking about. FBS and his little clown there.
Wrong.
First rule of upset: if they really worked in such a place, they would not say it in the video. They are a fraud. AAA, you got a great point. And when I called her on it, AAA is talking about the person that I was talking about. Okay. Battle Network star, the Wolfpack, the Army Arc. He's going to win the ratings war.
Thank you, people.
Hey, okay, listen, people. That's a good look. Anthony, how you doing? Hey, listen, I'm going to talk about Tom Levecchia. Yesterday, Tom Levecchia, for the last couple of days, he's been running around apologizing to certain people. I like to say to Tom Levecchia, you really don't have no right.
He owes us an apology.
Yeah, you have no right, Tom, to be running around being a psychologist, telling people what is wrong with them. Why don't you do some psychology on you? What is wrong with you? I mean, you're claiming that you wanted to run to Josie because you're afraid of BLM. Did you make that statement, Tom? This is what's wrong with our society now. People don't want to be who they are. Tom Levecchia is the perfect example of someone that caves to the wolves. And then on top of that, he's trying to say what psychologically is wrong with people. Dude, what psychologically is wrong with you, Tom? I mean, look who you work for. John Panisi, who killed the boy. He killed a young man who was unarmed. Him and another guy murdered him, and he went to jail for 20 years for that. And you were buddies with him. Okay, then your buddy, you're talking to Jimmy Calandra last night or 2 nights ago, who murdered a woman or was part of the murder, shot another person, and used to terrorize his neighborhood. And you're going to talk about who's doing what, Tom? What are you doing? Apologizing. You're apologizing to the wrong people. And then all the crap you were saying about Tony, the psychological profile on Tony, what kind of crap is that? Maybe Tony lives better than any of us. He gets in his car, drives.
This guy's a fucking jerk off, man.
Huh?
He tried to make it like he was gonna help a poor guy out, and he refused it. Like, I'm mentally ill. Yeah, okay.
Well,
Let's spin that to a realistic fucking view.
Well, there's always got to be a superhero that goes and whenever you get those guys, those are the guys you watch. Do people remember Gray Thin Line when he came in and he wanted to save the world and all the things that Gray Thin Line did? Well,
the Thin Gay Line?
Tom Levecchia is part 2. Yes.
The Thin Gay Line? Yeah, I remember the Thin Gay Line. He had stretch marks on his jaw.
Yeah. Rolex, that was a phenomenal fight last night with Guthrie and Chandler. Unbelievable. Oh my gosh. Toe to toe. Don't forget to tell Peter all this you talked about him, Tony. Oh, Tom. Tom, if you're here, Tom, just to cause trouble, I'm just gonna get you out of here. I mean, you have nothing good to say. We're here to do a show.
Don't forget to tell
nice.
Peter. Hey, Rampers Inc. I'm eating a steak and salad.
You know what's tonight? They're going to be saying you used your money app to buy a steak.
I did. I did. I think that's what the money's for me to eat steaks. Steaks and clams. Clams and steaks.
Hey, when people send you money, they don't tell you how to use the money. Hey, the truth. Do you really got to keep Al's face there? I can't.
Really, take Uncle Bad Touch off that fucking picture, man.
Yeah, Uncle Bad Touch has got to go. The truth. I mean, he's eating Jimmy.
Yeah,
he said you're eating Jimmy Calandra's liver.
Yeah, with some fava beans. Yeah.
Hey, John Wolf, you want to come up and say hi? You're more. Introduce yourself to Tony. Just let me know.
My mod blocked him.
Huh?
It says Tony Pizza don't know me because his mod blocked me. George almost did that. I got a loose wrench out there. He's blocking all my good people.
Oh, you know you can erase that wrench. You know, all you got to do is go into your.
I got to get a computer to do that. I can't do it on my phone.
Oh. Did you see the video someone did on Panisi?
Oh shit, that's Raj. From What's Happening. I didn't see my favorite show.
Yeah, I didn't see that video, but Panisi's becoming kind of pathetic lately. John Wolf says that your moderator blocked him.
Yeah, he's a loose wrench.
Hey, John, I threw a link, by the way. Lee, ask Tony about the money deal Tom from NBA offered him. Tom offered you a money deal?
He didn't offer me no money deal.
Tom offered me. John, how you doing? I can't hear your voice. Come on, John. This always happens whenever you come on.
Well, this is John Wolf, the guy with the big teeth. How you doing, John?
Yeah. Yeah, but he always has
like
trouble
you
with his voice.
Grapefruits, man. Huh? You got them grapefruit eating teeth. You know what I mean? Kids get stuck in the middle a lot.
Hey,
you
John,
know what I mean?
John, why can't I hear you? You look all handsome lately. Your hair's combed and everything. I unmuted you.
He looks like a guy I know in Manhattan.
Yeah, John.
I think I do know John. What, he got off?
Yeah, but he couldn't. I couldn't hear his voice. He'll come back. Tony is a real friend. Lee, you're right. Hey, listen. Everybody has their own personality. Everybody's the way they are. You know what it is?
He looks like a good guy. He looks like somebody I know, actually.
Yes, Jimmy the Helmet put a 72-year-old man in prison named Anthony Sparrow. You know, so let's remember that. Not only
and he killed Anthony Sparrow's godson.
I didn't hear that. Oh,
yeah, Giorgio Adamo is Anthony Sparrow's godson.
And didn't he take the kid? Doesn't he have the kids now or something? Actually, Sonny.
What's left over here?
Sonny, if you're around. Oh, come on.
I wiped out this people. Like Call of the Wild.
Hey, Jimmy, how you doing? This is just like a Sunday hangout, man. You guys got questions to
Jimmy
ask them. We're
Rocco.
just bullshit.
Is that Squidward? Does he got Squidward on there?
I think so. Yep. John Wolf, unpredictable king of the two. John Wolf is the most. He is very unpredictable. John Wolf is as smart as a fox. Also. Hey, Irishman, how you doing?
Johnny Irish.
The maid cricket. Someone named the maid cricket wants to come say hi. Okay. Hey, Code Red. So you're on block now. So
Code Red, I think I saw your video today.
I'm dropping a link, people. Anybody want to come visit, you're more than welcome. I just got to see your face or know who you are.
What?
Tony's moderators there and block everyone and say gassed over and over. It's stupid. Okay, I don't know what you mean, brother. We try to be realists. New beginnings tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern. Tony will be on New Beginnings channel for a Q&A. So please tune into that. And New Beginnings, if you could put up Tony's Cash App, I would appreciate it. John Wolf is a respectable man. Then he goes after what he wants. Tony eating that fucking steak. He don't give a shit.
I'm done.
John Wolf is Uncle Bet.
It was good though.
Tony. Okay.
I get everybody who's looking at me too. Oh.
Right underneath you. There it is right there. There's Tony's Cash App right there. I prefer that you send something to him before me. Just so you do know. So do you hear that? Al said that Al said I have you on here because I'm trying to make money off my Cash App.
Uncle Bear Touch said that about you?
Yeah.
Uncle Bear Touch is nuts.
Oh God, that guy is fruit.
He totally thinks like I'm in this for the money. That's all they talk. Every single one of them, all they talk about is Tony Pizza and money. Tony Pizza and money. Meanwhile, they're the ones that are out there. They're the ones out there being charlatans, selling fucking fake memorabilia. You know, Uncle Bear Touch with a coffee cup.
Let me see if this person has anything to say. Maid Cricket, they disappeared. Okay. Battle of the Net. Okay, we already seen that one. Anthony, you figure it out. I'm not saying.
What are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it, you fucking fag?
Don't mention their name on here, Tony, please.
Why are you gonna turn? Is it like saying Beetlejuice 3 times?
No, yeah. Well, what they do is they try to shut you. They try to get your channel taken away. We can't give them any weapons.
All right. So now, from now on, we'll call her Beetlejuice.
Okay, I got kind of lost.
We saw that
there,
one
so
already.
to get back where I was. Yep.
There's no people on this thing or what? Rami, Manishman.
Send hi to your friend, the great screen. He's great. Right now, we got on a Sunday afternoon, we have 142. That's really good on a Sunday afternoon.
Yes, sir.
John, okay. Covington looked okay, but he lost the fight for sure. Tom Levecchia is a fan of the Wolf Pack. Well, Tom Levecchia is a disappointment.
Tom Levecchia said something?
No, he's not here.
He ain't got the balls. That jellyfish don't got the balls. I tried to get on WhatsApp with him. He won't answer.
Tom let Panisi sleep in his house where his children sleep. I hope not.
20%.
People, you know how Tony is. Tony does whatever he so. Tom wants to give a care package to Tony Pizza. Hey, John, what's wrong with your? Why can't it? You know, I invite you on. You ask me to invite you on. I invite you on, and then you're
Mess down there, but I know you didn't make it.
I might have. I'm a little bit of a pig.
Nah, it was scrambled eggs. Not this time you did.
All right. Don't confuse.
Oh, that whole fight card was tremendous.
Huh? What's that?
No, they were talking about the fights last night. Bro, just stop people attention. That will kill them.
Not really.
Oh, Remy.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Rami,
I'm glad
what's
you
up,
jumped
bro?
All right,
Are we in
everybody,
Jerusalem?
man. First of all, I want to tell you, both of you, that you are great, man. You are the most great people, man, my friends. I love you. And Tony,
I love
my
you
man,
too, brother.
The hilarious man. Since Ozzy Osbourne, I didn't see a star like you, my man. You are my friend. Welcome to Jerusalem. Everybody, this is the Greek church. Everything here.
Oh my God.
3,000
Thank you.
years, people. Jerusalem.
Oh, that's beautiful, man.
This
That's
is the
beautiful,
beautiful
bro.
land, man. The place of God. And we're doing
Look
rock
at
and
that.
roll. Everybody here.
One
loves
day,
you, Tony.
I'm gonna come and hang out with you.
Man, I'm a very strong here in the film industry. I showed you to my friend that is writing in Netflix. Also, I'm acting in many series and TV shows.
Rami,
And
you look like
he
Stevie
told me
Vai.
that you are a star, man. I like you. You're gonna be in the live. And we
Justin.
and
John-
you are great, man. You're a professional. All right.
I appreciate it.
Can
And
you
John,
hear me?
I can hear you, John Wolf. How you doing today?
Okay.
I'm glad you're on.
Okay,
You look
Tony,
like
and
Stevie
we-
Vai,
Thank
Rami.
you so much, man.
And today I did a video of an Orthodox, Jewish Orthodox says how much he loves Tony. And Tony, my brother, is one of the biggest directors in Israel. He's making film on Netflix, and you're always invited, man. We love you, man.
Love you
You're
too,
always
brother.
invited
We'll
to
talk
Israel
tonight.
to be with me, and I used to live in Brooklyn for 8 months in Spanish Harlem, man. So I will come back. When I'm coming back, we're gonna have a ball, man. All right.
Yeah.
You take.
Keep those motherfuckers down, man. We love you. Leecole, you are number one, and the one with the green screen also.
Okay, you take care, my man.
Thank you,
so
Rami.
I'll see you later. Tony, I love you,
Okay.
man. Keep
Thank
it
you,
going.
Rami,
You are
thank
my
you
so
number
much.
one, and you are the star of all this fucking thing. You do it with one hand and a camera, nobody else. Man, we are with you to the end. You have hundreds
Thank you.
of Israeli friends here, man. We're waiting
I'm
for
gonna
you.
come. I'm gonna come there.
Kick those motherfuckers down.
You take care, my man.
All
You
right.
got it, brother.
Love you.
Love you.
John Wolf.
Yes, sir.
John, what are you doing? How you doing?
I'm
have
watching
any
the Saints game. I'm watching the Saints game. You know, I'm really excited because they took Winston out. That guy Winston, you know, the Rooney Rule insert.
Oh yeah, who's in there for them today?
They got some new guy named Sheeman. He was like some
Oh, I figured
7th
out.
round draft pick from some other team, and they picked him up on the practice squad, and now he's playing.
He's
Because
got
they got
those
the other
Sam
guys
Rockwell
out too.
team.
The guy who should be starting's out. Hill.
Hey, do you have anything you want to ask Tony while he's here?
So Tony, somebody blocked me. Your moderator blocked me from your channel.
I know.
You need to undo that. You need to fix that for me.
What?
Y'all want to hear what happened last night at the Travis Scott concert?
The
What
what?
happened?
Well, last night they had a concert in Houston. It was a rapper by the name of Travis Scott. And what
a bunch of
happened
people
was
died.
about 11 people died, and about 2.5 dozen got heart attacks. But what happened was everyone has to vaccinate before they go to a concert, right? Like you need to show proof of it before you can enter the Astrodome. So these vaccines, I don't know if you've seen these videos, they make you magnetic. You ever see that? You ever see these videos where people get these vaccines and they got magnets to them? Well, they all go to this concert, and the intelligence agency tested out some type of new electronic weapon on them. So they sent some type of electrical frequency in the air, and it zapped them because they had this magnetic substance in their blood. So that's what happened. So like 14-year-old kids went into cardiac arrest, and this was happened like all stuff that happened in the middle of the concert.
I didn't hear this on CNN. I didn't hear this on CNN.
Well, I don't think CNN's going to go that far with it, but just keep your ears open because you're going to start hearing it in other places.
Oh yeah.
Listen, John. Sam Rockwell wants his teeth back. Yeah.
Hey, Tony, you don't want to
So I'm
get
surprised you didn't hear about that, Leecole.
He's got the same smile as Sam Rockwell. You know who Sam Rockwell is?
Who's St. Rockwell? I'm going to have to look him up.
Sam Rockwell's the guy that played in Iron Man. He's a good dancer.
Yeah, I know you're talking about the actor. Rockwell.
Yeah. He played Wild Bill in The Green Mile.
Oh,
I remember he played in Matchstick Men too.
Yeah, Matchstick Men. Yeah, great actor. You got the same smile as him. That's who you remind me of.
Well, what you think about
balls, John?
What you think about this incident at the Travis Scott concert?
I didn't take the shot.
I mean, how do 12-year-olds get heart attacks? Like how?
John, I don't want to. John, I don't want to talk about it too much.
Okay, in theory. Let's talk about
12-year-olds shouldn't have got the shot.
No, I don't want to talk about it because you know why. You know why, John.
It's a sad state of affairs when 12-year-olds got to take shots and they're totally healthy.
Yeah.
And then they have heart attacks at concerts. And who else to try it out on in an urban crowd? Okay, Lee, let's talk about something else here. You bring it up.
That's a horrible story.
Why were you busting my balls? I never did nothing.
Well, I have to keep you relevant, Leecole. You have to stay relevant in this whole underworld that we created for ourselves. Whether you like it or not, Leecole, you are the center of all this energy. You're the reason why people get online and follow this soap opera. It's really you, Lee. You asked yourself that question. Why are you introducing that type of energy into the universe?
Well, now Tony's here too. He's the other part of the universe.
Well, yeah, he is. He is certainly a wheel on the car that you're driving.
Hey, listen, the last thing they want to see is me and Tony together.
Wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round.
You know what pisses them off?
They definitely they definitely don't want to see you two get together.
So what do you think about Tom Levecchia running around apologizing to everybody yesterday, John?
Well, I don't know what that's all about. I don't know why he seemed to be he kind of took a little shot. Well, he didn't really take a shot at John, but he said like, "Oh, I looked all in his background and I didn't see anything about him." But I think when him and Panisi broke up, they shouldn't have made it so dramatic themselves. They should have been like, "Oh, we ran out of stuff to say," or "I want to do something different." Instead of
he lost his pigeon.
Yeah, they were like hinting on something may have been, they were like letting other people get carried away with it. And the more you apologize for it, the more you keep that energy alive. And he should have just like ended it, and that was that. But
Maid Cricket, do you have something to say?
Maid Cricket's here.
Hello.
We got the Maid Cricket.
They're not showing their face, Lee. They're breaking your rules.
That's my maid. I bought it for.
Okay. You gotta be careful what you do here because they'll do stuff to try to get you taken down.
Tom Levecchia just texted me something. Hold on.
Oh, Tom, texted you
I love
something?
you too, man. I don't get caught up in the back end.
Free cookies for you, Tony.
He wrote me back.
Yeah.
Love you too, man. I don't get caught up in the back and forth.
Yeah,
that's how full of shit he is.
Yeah, he's so full of shit. He was running around yesterday acting like a psychologist, telling us how. I hate when someone tries to dissect if I'm nuts or not. Yes, I'm nuts. I admit it. So, John,
Uncle Bad Touch tries to do that.
Oh my God! Do you see that? What
he tries to do that to people. He tries to like psychoanalyze them. He's got his. I haven't seen him on in a few days.
Well,
This guy's his best favorite fan, just like fucking FPS.
so tell me, who do you like? Who do you like
What?
in this genre? John Wolf?
Well,
Who do
there
you
isn't
like?
anyone I dislike, really.
Really? That's good.
No, I'm just here entertained by all of it. I don't really like take a side or take any of it personal. I don't block people. I don't take comments off. I mean, there's really no one I really dislike.
Hey, what kind of work do you do?
Why would you ask me a question like that, Leecole?
Because you're an interesting guy. I like to know I think that you're a lot more clever than you let on to be. I just like to know what kind of work you do.
Well, I'm not going to get on here. I'm not
No,
going to
you
show
don't-
all the tools in my toolbox.
No, I like that video you did the other day when you were driving to Orleans, and it made me say,
Yeah.
what kind of work does this man do?
That was on Charter Street. I'm on Charter Street.
Yeah, I know you were right in the middle of the city. I mean, that was a pretty good. I don't know who you are. It's me. Let me stay. I've never seen you before, so I can't let you on, my man. Write me something in here. Maybe I'll let you on.
Hey, let me get you. Is that cricket person? Is that person
No,
that
it's
has
me.
cricket in their name?
My mate cricket.
No, it's called "It's Me, Let Me Stay." But they're probably going to come on and yell the N-word or something.
Oh,
Tony got into it with that guy this morning. Tony, you don't like Anthony Ramadi.
Oh yeah. There's so many Anthony Ramatis, we don't know who's the real one.
I don't think that's the
Sweet
real
Jenny.
one. I think that's just somebody using his
Sweet
name.
Jenny. No, it's not the real one, and the real one's not welcome on my show anyway. Fuck him. The guy's a
Tony
pig.
can do whatever he wants with his money. He provides entertainment and he earns it. Jenny, you're absolutely right. It's nobody's business what anybody does with their money on these shows. Nobody's.
I'm on a show right now.
Yo, that's what that whole fallout with Hootie and Stacks was about. It was like over $2,000. And
Hootie's cool. Stacks is a pig. Huh?
They had like a big argument over it.
You don't like Stacks?
You don't remember when that happened? That big fiasco. One said the money was for the other.
Yeah.
So how does that
but
work? If you have a
Stacks
YouTube channel, you put it in two people's names. I mean, how does that work?
What?
Who got who got the money in that situation? Did it go to the channel or it went straight to Hootie?
Yes.
This is similar to
Well, here's
what you talking about.
Stacks and Hootie went to the bank together. We're talking about Stacks and Hootie when they were together. They went to the bank together.
This was before
and
you
they
come
put an
around,
account
Tony.
together.
You might have not seen this. This was a few months ago.
Yeah, and then supposedly Hootie got some money. They said $2,000. That was a lie. He only got $500, and he used it for stuff for the show. He didn't do anything wrong. It was all BS.
I mean, that's some dirt merchant stuff. They got in a big argument online over $500. This guy Stacks, he made a comment that he got a $10,000 lawsuit. He spent all the money in one day. Did you hear that?
He what?
Did you hear that story? He got a $10,000 lawsuit and he spent it all in one day.
He didn't spend it. Those guys went over his house, hit him in the head with a dumbbell, and took it from him.
I don't know if that was the same day or not, but I know he told that story. That's the kind of person he is, though. He'll get a $10,000 lawsuit and spend all the money in one day on probably garbage.
Yeah, he doesn't spend nothing. They take it from him.
They take it from him, yeah.
I don't know if that was the same night. You seen that video, though?
Yeah.
Hey, did you see that car accident the other day with that football player?
He couldn't keep his commissary in jail. You think he's got 10,000 on the street? Come on.
Hey, John.
The guy from Las Vegas, the Raiders. He killed somebody.
That was horrible what happened.
That guy, the football player that got in the car wreck. I don't know who he is.
Did you see that car blow up that he hit? Did you see the
No,
picture?
I didn't see any of that.
There was a woman in the car with her dog, and the car exploded and killed him. That guy's life's over, man.
You like part of the audience?
All his money's going to that family.
I got my own shop.
Or for Tony money? Yes, he did. FBS fears Tony. I think so.
Big time.
Yeah, without a doubt. FBS definitely is intimidated by Tony. There's no doubt about that. He's more intimidated
He's an actor.
by you, Tony, he is me. Let me put it that way. He doesn't mind battling me, but for some reason, you're unpredictable. He doesn't like to battle you because you're unpredictable, Tony.
David Child, I like you.
You're like John Wolf. You're
50%?
unpredictable. Yeah, Tony, you're like John Wolf. You're unpredictable.
I swear to God, John looks like somebody I hung out with in the city with. Is he in Manhattan?
What was his nickname?
John's
I got the Sam Rockwell smile.
Hey, I got a friend that
because I got the Sam Rockwell smile.
You dope.
Tom, don't do it again. In Israel, to go into somebody's private is serious, and yeah, it is. It's very serious when you do that. But you could do anything nowadays. Well, almost anything. Lee, are you going to follow up on? Yes, I am, Aussie. I have an interview that we're working on right now.
What's that? Murder Mountain.
It's a story where serial killers run around, and these girls disappeared. I'm going to talk to one of the sisters of one of the women that were killed by a serial killer. It's actually 60% of the marijuana comes from this mountain.
Guys, I'm losing my battery and this thing ain't working.
Oh, you can't charge it?
I'm going to lose you guys.
Well
yeah,
just go
it's not charging.
Just go as long as you can.
All right.
Okay, because I got John here. John can hang out. You can hang out a little bit, right, John?
Yeah, John can hold it down
Saints
for me, right,
losing that bad.
Oh.
I like this guy. Mickey Batts told me about John Wolf. Mickey Batts likes
yes,
John
Mickey
Wolf.
Batts is one of your moderators. You see, Lee?
Yeah.
I try to make a habit to get friendly with all the moderators. That way, you know, if I get banned or something, yeah, so I can infiltrate that inner circle.
Hey, New Beginnings, I did let you up, but you didn't answer. Okay, I'm going to try to put this person up and see what they say. Hey, what's up?
You'll never hear New Beginnings' voice.
Oh, yeah. I watched the videos.
Hello?
Oh, that's a good picture right there.
I tried.
Didn't say anything.
Dr. Evil.
Okay, Lee, you should invite Tony over for Thanksgiving. Hey, I already did invite Tony over for Thanksgiving.
Sweet Jenny.
If Tony's in this area, he's welcomed anytime.
Sweet Jenny doesn't want me over for Thanksgiving. She wants to make us fakes.
Okay, we got a. What's going on, my man? How you doing?
Morning, guys. Just
it's JC.
Listening to Led Zeppelin.
Nice.
And this is another
hey,
one.
Hey, Tony, I love your taste in music. Please unblock me from your channel. That old idiot, that JoJo clown, blocked me like 2-3 weeks ago. But I will find you in Las Vegas, pal. Next time I'm in Vegas, I will hunt you down, JoJo. And we're going to go to the top of the Palms, and you're going to go diving down onto the strip.
Is that Jake?
No, this is JC.
Yeah.
JC, yeah.
Yeah, he's blocked. He's blocked from your channel.
That guy, the dude that took your rinse, blocked me.
Yeah, he's a loose wrench. I'm going to get I'm as soon as I'm done with this, I'm going to go get a laptop and I'm going to set it up and I'm going to unblock everybody.
Awesome.
I'm sorry about that, bro.
No worries. I talked to Ori too. Ori said a lot of good stuff about you, Tony. So Ori's my guy as well, and you know it's a small world.
You know who JoJo is?
I know which one in the picture. With that picture you put out there, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a fucking he's a back. I don't know why he did that to me. He blocked all my good people.
You know, what can you do with this? You know,
he's got short man syndrome.
They come from other channels.
I could tell Wolf was ready to talk when that dude from Israel was on. Wolf was ready to do a Kabbalah chant.
I couldn't really hear. I couldn't really make out too much of what he was saying.
Yo, don't pick on my Israeli friends.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's a good guy.
No,
I
but
like
John
that
Wolf,
Rami's got a nice band. He's a good man.
Is Jewish. Hey, what is
Rami?
that time that you?
Rami reminds me of Stevie
I'm a
Vai.
moderator on a rabbi's channel. If you go to Duvid, DOOOOVID, I'm a moderator on his channel.
You're a real man.
Does he know this?
Huh?
Hey, people, this is, if anybody wants to help Tony out, that's his app right
So
there.
you're JC West Coast or you're just JC?
Really? I just used that name during the summer because I knew all these doxers were going to try to go at me and they would figure out who I was anyways. I wanted to see how quick they could do it. But on the streets, I was called Crow, actually, my last name. It was a cool last name, and they just rolled with it. You know, they used to call me the Crow, and there was a few other names too. I know how to shoot weapons, and one time they saw me hitting targets, and they started calling me Sniper.
You on East Coast or West Coast?
California.
Oh, so you are JC West Coast?
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta apologize. I think I blocked you.
Oh, okay. All right. So it's all good, Tony.
I'll unblock you now. I thought you was a little kid in your mommy's apartment. That's why I did it. You know what I mean? I didn't see the face with the name.
Say, even though, I've got like a 6-bedroom house out here, and I live in one of the wealthier cities in the state. The homeless aren't even allowed near our area because the cops don't like them. But I live in my mama's basement, but it is what it is, right? Just like Lee lives in ghetto housing, and, or that you couldn't, that you don't enjoy what you do now, that you must be doing this because of drugs. These trolls say so much trash.
Yeah. I'm on painkillers.
Right. Yeah.
Yo, listen.
Yeah.
They took his bicycle when he was trying to do Uber Eats on his bicycle, that fucking midget.
So what do you think?
Jojo.
So do you have anything?
They stole his bicycle.
JC,
they sent him to the projects with his bicycle and they took it from him and his phone.
You have anything
Go ahead, Lee.
Tony? You have anything to ask Tony?
No, I can tell Tony's a real deal guy, and he's got Sammy in his corner, and he proved that to all these haters and trolls. I know Ori is good with him. Ori told me that on the phone, and so Ori doesn't just let anybody around either. Ori's very picky and choosy. But he before he even let me around, Ori had to verify that a guy I knew out here in the drug trade back in the day knew his guy. And when he named the dude, and it was 2 guys that friends of ours that were mutual, they served time in Corcoran together. And Ori verified it. I verified on my end, and he said, all right, you're good. So Ori doesn't just befriend anybody. If Tony's his friend, there's a reason for it.
Thank you very much.
And that's why I tried to say, Sammy Gravano's not going to call you for no reason,
Oh yeah, that really caught the trolls off guard.
Yeah, because you got
Tony, you don't think Sammy's trying to play you? Tony, you don't think Sammy's trying to play Tony against Jimmy?
He just dropped, John. He fell off.
His battery went out. I wonder if this is just a ploy by Sammy to keep Jimmy and Tony fight with one another. You think he's instigating it in the background, or you think he's totally
what does Sammy get out of it, though? I don't know. I don't know how Sammy really benefits from.
He keeps the competition down, because while everybody's gossiping and fighting with one another, him and Michael Franchise are reaping the big numbers by just sticking to the stories.
So what do you?
Because most of these guys, they want to hear these stories directly from these mobsters. And people like us like the chitty chat with the drama stuff. But, there's a division there. And if you look at the numbers, you'll see that a majority of people are viewing the Gravano and Franchise's channel because they have like hundreds of thousands of subscribers. And then I even seen somebody else that had pretty high numbers. I'm trying to remember who it was. It was one of those guys, had like 60 or 70,000 people. But if you look at the numbers between this group of channels and channels like Sammy and Franchise, you'll see that there's a big difference in viewers. There's a big
Oh,
difference.
absolutely. Franchise has you know, his Christian crowd, which he was building up since 2008, I think, is when he first started on YouTube. And then, of course, Sammy, you know, he has the name recognition, you know, from the Gotti stuff and all that, and you know and you could see like the next ones up would be how Gene Borello and John A. Light's channel was at one time, and then Jimmy Calandra's sort of in the same you know, position there. The mid-range guys, I guess, 20,000 subs. I think Jimmy's got 18 right now. A. Light, you know, Gene Borello drove the Johnny and Gene show's numbers, and you know, he had 30,000 on IG before the feds made him take down his account.
Hey, let me ask you guys a question. What do you think about Jimmy Calandra, the shit he's been doing the last couple of days, acting like a maniac?
You know, he could have had a really impressive channel. He could have.
He could have.
If he could have maintained a different image of himself. You know, now he's like, he's got one. But, you know, he wasn't really a real wise guy. He was a teenager. He was out there for what, 4 years? He gets busted. He goes away. He was out for 9 months. Then he flips. That's not a lot of time in that life. That really isn't.
No,
I mean,
it's not.
You know, I think that Jimmy's listening to the wrong people because, you know, he's got no chatting with no racks. He's got, you know, he's listening to full of bullshit. He's listening to, you know, Gun Joke, the freaking con. And the rest.
Wait. Who's full of? Wait. Hold on. Who's full of bullshit? Who is that? Is that a new show?
FB. Don't know.
Oh,
don't know who that is. The you know, and look, I don't even want to have a battle with any of those guys because it's just I'm not battling nobodies. I've got a book deal and all the rest of this stuff, and I'm fine. But I like Calandra, you know, and I would say this to Jimmy if he's watching: stop listening to these nobodies because they all look up to you and they want you to
Jimmy,
fight with the other guy. It's a bad idea, Jimmy.
Jimmy made a huge mistake when he put my brother in his mouth. That was the worst mistake.
He needs to. He shouldn't be fighting with anybody like that, you know, because it like John Wolf was sort of saying, it lowers his value.
Let me just say something. He does that yesterday, right? I mean, he did that. He mentioned my brother, and my brother's 16-year-old daughter heard it, and she got a hold of me in my show, and she said, you know, this really bothers me. Why did he say that? So here he is. He tries to compare my brother, who is a good man and raised 3 kids. He had a brain tumor and hung himself on February 12th. And he puts my brother in the same class as a murderer like Paulie. So all he's done is made me his worst enemy for life. I will not let him ever get famous, ever. I can be honest with you that.
You can be. Look, you have the opportunity to build up your channel. You know,
I don't know. I don't really know. I'm happy.
I know that's not your motivation, Lee.
It's not my motivation.
I'm saying I'm happy from the business end. I understand that it's not your motivation, but from a business point of view, he made a mistake going that route because you're the one that you know has a few thousand, 3,000 subs almost. He's the one that has 18,000. He's actually going to build up your name the more that he talks about you. So from a business point of view, he's not making a smart business decision either. You know, it's bad across the board.
It doesn't make sense. And it doesn't make sense. He gets Sammy to introduce him to the world, and then he comes out like a tramp and starts fighting with everybody 2 weeks later. So, like, you know, he didn't really need all that. He could have just started fighting with everybody to get
somebody else, and it's just not a good idea. He needs to be he needs to professionalize himself with that.
No, he's not. He's not a planner. He has no direction with it. He just kind of like got on there and shot from the hip, and you know, he had something to promote there. He's supposed to be writing a book. So now people are going to start researching this guy to see what, you know, should I buy his book? And they're going to see these videos of him. I'm an F in this guy and this and that and the other. And And I just think it's going to turn people off.
Well,
yeah, it's changed their image of him.
Hold on one second. My brother has some friends from Yonkers that are really pissed at him, and he wants to say how tough he is and stuff. So, Jimmy, I'm going to be honest with you. Give me a name of a coffee shop where your neighborhood is. I can't show there, but I can send just one person to meet you, Jimmy, one-on-one. You know, and nothing, violent. And you could talk to that person, How about that, Jimmy? If you're such a tough guy, because you heard a lot of people.
Leecole is sending for you, Jimmy.
Yeah, but Jimmy's like the person that wants to see him will smack the shit out of him. But he made a bad mistake.
Yeah, going after families in general is always bad.
And family from New York, families that are all over New York City.
Yeah, it's not a good idea.
It's stupid.
And when people hear that, it's going to turn them off. They're not going to want to read that guy's book.
Oh, it's going to turn them off because I'll play it. What he said that night, I'll play that every day. Anybody that I hear that's even associated with him, I will play it for them. That's what I will do for the rest of Jimmy's life.
And Mob Rats Exposed made a good point the other day about it too. He said, by blowing up like that, he's attracting every troll and they mama to come at him because they know they'll see him as a big target that can be moved. And you know how trolls are, right, John? Trolls love it when they can get content creators to do stuff on camera that they wouldn't normally do.
Oh, we have someone right now that's being controlled by trolls, and he thinks I'm doing all these things to him, and it's fucking hilarious because I'm not.
Yeah. These clowns think that I'm behind all these profiles too, and that you are, and then Gene Borello is behind them, and Hootie's involved, and John A-Light, and they're getting really conspiratorial with the stuff, and then it's amazing what these guys think about and how they conjure up these beliefs.
So tough guy Jimmy Calandra was banging his fists on tables last night. Hey, Jimmy, tables don't hit back. Tables don't hit back. And innocent
Nikita Khrushchev, I will bury you.
Okay. Let me
like a caveman.
Okay, Jimmy, tables don't hit back and women standing in doorways don't hit back. Just so you do know. Yeah, I meant that. Fuck him.
That was a John Panisi comment there.
Yeah, well, listen, that he declared total. He declared total war with me. Total war. He's going to see my most evil side. Colby was holding back.
And he doesn't want to see that because if you don't want to see Lee's ugly side, people, Lee can go there. Believe that. Lee can go there.
Hey, listen, my ugly side will match my ugly front. But, I'm an old man. I could be ugly. I'm not young like you. How old are you about, John? You're about 30.
Almost 50.
Old?
Almost 50.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Damn. You look good for almost 50.
I was born in the early 70s.
So you're older than JC.
Yeah, it's probably by just a couple of years. I'm in my mid 40s too. So,
hey, I never thought that I'd get to the point in my life where I'm the oldest guy. That's
you are now, Lee.
Yeah,
and you're the biggest target. And you're the biggest target in this whole thing.
Well, you know something. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. A lot of people want to be able to take this shit. I mean, just think about what they have done. Literally going inside people's lives, and then you have people bitching. Oh, don't say shit about my wife. It's like, are you fucking serious, dude? The shit you've done, and you're talking about. You shouldn't have brought your fucking wife into this. Is what you shouldn't have done. And you're gonna talk shit about me tonight anyway. So I'll give you more to talk about.
Yeah, these clowns have tried everything, Lee. When they can't get you in one area, they go to the next level, and then the next level. They drag our criminal records out, and then they misrepresent them. They've said a bunch of stuff about me that wasn't true, but it is what it is.
And their criminal records, they're not even what they say they are. They haven't even been in jail or prison.
Yeah.
They, but they act like they've been in prison or jail. And then they go around saying, I checked up on this one and I checked up on this one. It's like, what are you checking up on people, you bitches?
There's a lot of Karens, if you will, in this genre. A lot of them.
Yeah. Well, thank God there's a lot more Trump people than there are Karens. Jimmy C is a lowlife for attacking your brother. Yes, Jimmy Dean, but that was his biggest. If Jimmy can look at everything he's done, every mistake he's made, the biggest mistake that he made was attacking my brother. Out of everything, I can honestly say that, because it's not just me that he has to deal with now. It's a lot of other people involved now. And these people are from New York, right where Jimmy is. And I'm not talking about threatening you, Jimmy. I'm talking about, they probably just want to hug you and give you a kiss on the cheek and meet you because you're so fucking famous.
There you go.
It just makes no sense. It makes no sense for him to have Sammy introduce him to, the YouTube world. And, he should have withheld his standards, so to say, instead of just coming out and he just starts attacking people. That's what it makes me think that somebody put him up to it. Somebody definitely put him up to it.
I just think he's stupid. I'll be honest.
I think that Jimmy, that was just him exploding because he feels like he's getting hit at all these different angles. That's why he named so many names 3 nights ago. He went through and named everybody but Jesus himself.
No,
for attacking him.
I know he's been upset at everybody.
You're not here.
They won't show your face. Lee wants you to show your face.
No, I can pop you in here if you come back. She doesn't want to talk, or he doesn't want to talk, whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah, New Beginnings.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, New Beginnings has come a long way. I'll bet you they get to it. I'll bet you New Beginnings gets to 1,000 before Josie or before
the other night, Uncle Bad Touch had a live stream. New Beginnings was running his live stream, and they had numbers equal and higher than Uncle Bad Touch. They were both.
I know. I love when they do that. Lee, you're not going to blow it apart. Keep it up. Hey, I'll be honest with you. I don't care if I pass FBS. The people that when I do these live streams and stuff, I know how many people I'm going to get here. And, I'm not here looking for money. That's not my priority. And I think that you people that come in here know this. But that's what they'll say. Oh, Lee's looking for money. Lee's looking for money. People know I'm not looking for money. Don't get me wrong. I love money. Money's gotten me in trouble in my life. But Lee, what's up? How you doing? Piz, Tracy, what you doing? Wolf, this person thinks you're right about Jimmy Calandra, that someone's putting him up to it.
It just seems like it, If it was all his doing, he's really foolish. I mean, he had no foresight or the way he was going with his writing career. I mean, because you don't want to promote yourself like that. I mean, how many people will buy Robert Greene novels if Robert Greene acted like Jimmy Calandra? I mean, why would you want to take, why would you want to read? So, I just think, being that person when you want to write a book and possibly a movie or whatever, he's thinking about doing, why would you want to go and start attacking a bunch of people, And another thing, wouldn't you want to bring those people in, like ex-mobsters? If I belonged to a crime family, if I was Jimmy Calandra, why would I want to start fights with other ex-mob guys who did when, like Bobby Luisi was talking about, Larry Mazza was on Bobby Luisi's show the other day, and he was talking about that new Mob TV channel that he's getting hooked up with. You think he's going to bring Jimmy Calandra on? Larry Mazza. You think Larry's going to bring Jimmy Calandra on to that stream?
Then he was talking about Larry Mazza.
He burnt a lot of bridges by doing that.
Here's your question. Do you think Jimmy would say that to Larry Miles's face?
Oh no. I think Jimmy's a hothead online, and he took that picture with John. He took that picture with John Eli.
Oh yeah, he did. He took a few pictures. He was in a picture with.
I mean, he didn't have any beef with him then or whatever.
With Gene Barillo. No, he's an opportunist. He's an opportunist. Whatever but you know what? He hates me so much that he'll say anything. If I died tomorrow, he'd start dancing. Well, a lot of people on this would start dancing if I died tomorrow. John, would you start dancing if I died tomorrow, or would the center of your universe be gone? Okay. Travis Scott saw these kids dying and kept playing. Oh, did you hear that? The Truth said Travis Scott saw these kids dying and kept playing. Last night at the concert.
I mean, the shots that I've seen a bunch of cell phone videos. Now, if you go on YouTube, they start to disappear. But I've seen a lot of cell phone videos where it was like the middle of the concert, and he was actually stopping and pointing and saying, "Hey, we need an ambulance over there." He was stopping, and he was pointing out different events. People were just dropping. People were just having heart attacks. It was really mysterious.
What did you think about that, JC? Those people having no heart attacks last night, those young people.
There's so much garbage going on now. It's like the Vegas shooting from a few years ago. The FBI's like, well, we can't really solve it. And it's like, there might have been a few helicopters in the sky that night. You never know with all this garbage now. There's so much at the top levels, and the people that have the most money in this world, I won't say the particular groups, plural, but the ones that have it, they've got the media in their pocket. They've got a lot of other things, and they are more desperate than ever to walk away with the world's wealth than ever. The internet is extremely dangerous for them.
And you know what they don't realize? We're all going to be in the same grave. We're going to be dead. It means nothing. That's the thing. Hey, listen, John, you got a fan, AAA. They say about you, John. John is an idiot.
What they say?
They said you're an idiot and you're cool for Cocoa Puffs. They don't realize that's like complimenting you. That makes him smile. See, you made him smile, AAA. That doesn't bother him. It's like me. Certain things don't bother us. All these are 3 beer bum boxing champions. Are these 3 beer bum? I don't get that. Is that it? Do you have something better than that? Okay. John took off on his these not teeth. Those choppers. Poor John. I like Wolf's version better. Hey, John Wolf's got some great versions of things in life. And people laugh at what he says, but a lot of things that he says, I don't say because I can't say. Because they're always looking to shut you down. Always remember that. If you start speaking about things that you believe, especially on YouTube, they will shut your show down. Isn't that, what do you think about that? Will they shut you down?
Yeah, and look, it's like, okay, Jimmy Dore is a great progressive, and I'm much more of a conservative than a progressive, but I do respect honest ones. He just did a show talking about how people with the Rona vaccine, they have like a 0.1% chance of being hospitalized if they have it. Those without only have like a 0.8%. So no matter what, whether you get the jab or not, you have a 99% chance of surviving Rona if you get it. I got it. I've had it for the last couple of weeks. I took my vitamin D, my zinc. I've been out walking and living as much of my life as I can, and I'm pretty much all right. And so but yet for the last year and a half, anybody who dared say take your vitamins or go get sunlight was called a conspiracy theorist. But now,
listen, I dropped the link, people. I dropped the link, people. If anybody wants to jump in, if I can see you, if I know you, I'll let you in. But you got to speak. John Wolf needs to go make voodoo videos and let us talk to Tony Pizza. Tony died. Hey, Shorty, you were causing some trouble for me the other day. So I'm sure you're in here to cause more trouble. But anyway, I just want you to, dude. Frankie Pasqua. Okay, I don't think that's Frankie. Frankie Pasqua is not going to come online right now. Not after what he did. Do you think Frankie Pasqua would dare show his face?
Yeah, not with the feds on him, no.
And he put his father at a murder scene.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I told one story, and then he went online and told another story. So basically what he said testifying to the feds, he changed the story online and put his father at the murder scene. I mean, so that's why, notice him and Panisi, that's Capisci came out with that story. And that's when Panisi's show got shut down because he did the same thing as Frankie, talking too much. These guys love to talk too much. He's mad, he's pale, he definitely eats people. What the fuck is New Beginnings for Unemployed FBS? Okay, and just so you know, people, I'm going to not going to keep this today because the Packers are playing without Aaron Rodgers. So what do you think about this thing? Aaron Rodgers didn't say that he had the shot, then got corona, and now everybody's mad at Aaron Rodgers. I'm not mad at Aaron Rodgers.
Well, I count as part of everybody. I'm not mad at them. They don't like it because the NFL gets a boatload of advertising revenue from big pharma and all the other industries that are involved with that. And, you know, whenever a famous person like that bucks the system, it upsets the money interest. And in today's NFL and NBA, blah, 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 these guys are puppets. These guys are pre-screened before they're ever allowed into the leagues themselves. And they don't like it because one guy, you've heard of the 99th monkey experiment, I'm sure, where all it takes is 1 out of 100 to red pill the rest of them. And they don't like it with a guy like him. They didn't like Trump.
I was really disgusted today because Terry Bradshaw, who I always liked, Howie Long, who I always liked, and Jimmy Johnson, all known conservatives, went after Aaron Rodgers on their show. They were like calling him a liar and all this stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, God, you guys sold out. You look how quick that these Terry Bradshaw, you sold out. It's like
following the science. The science says it doesn't really matter for the most part, that you can only marginally help your chances. It's still 1% or less, no matter whether you got the jab or not, if you're going to be hospitalized.
Hey, Lee, bring New Beginnings Unemployed on, was changing voice machine. Okay, well, listen, I'm going to put one more invite in there. Anybody wants to come in, I'm not going to be here much longer. So if you're going to come in now. Because I do not want to miss that game. I actually took Love, the quarterback that's going to be replacing Aaron Rodgers today, and put him on a few of my fantasy teams because I think he's going to have a big game today. You can't help but look at John Wolf and burst out laughing. You could tell John Wolf wanted to holler at that guy in Israel.
Hey, that's me. I wrote that earlier.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Hey, listen, you know what's funny? Did you ever think you see the day where people can get on here and just do these things and like somebody could just pop in from Israel?
Old science fiction, shows and movies portrayed this as the future. And, but yeah, it was always something that I just viewed as science fiction for the most part. But now science fiction's becoming way too much of a fact in too many cases.
Oh my gosh, it's getting scarier every day. Leecole's Quality Journey's on top again. Well, listen, I'm going to tell you what. I'm very surprised because this show has been, over the last couple of weeks, is really starting to take off. And my subs. I've gotten through my last 100 subs in a couple of days. And, you know, I'm almost at 2,500 now. And if someone told me I was going to get, so I really appreciate this, because it's not like people say, oh, he's buying his subs. I've never purchased a sub in my life. And as JC could tell you, it's very difficult for your subs to continuously go up. You know, and that's the one thing I will say about FBS. You got to give him credit the way his subs go up and what he's doing. I will never take that away from him. Personally, I don't like him as a human being and as an individual. He doesn't like me, but I will never knock what he's been doing, the success that he's had with his show. So do you think it's very difficult to get on here and start these shows? People don't realize how difficult it is.
Yeah, well, the you know, you have to figure out these little quirks, these ins and outs, and then you've got haters that roll in and say a bunch of nonsense, and you have to figure out which ones to address and which ones not to. And there's a fine art to it. You know, I would suggest people watch, you know, model yourself after your after shows that you see are successful. And that's the route we had been going, you know, when this was the Hootie and JC show channel. And, you know, I made a big mistake listening to Panisi and Bill Norak Stacks with, you know, their behind the scenes garbage, you know, coming at me and others, you know, and believing their stuff. Because then it just put me into a rut. The last 5 months, I wasn't able to do anything with the channel at all. Now, if I had been actually trying to market it all summer, I'd be killing these guys right now. But they don't need to worry about it, because very soon, you know, I'll be doing a lot of great interviews on some channels that have 15,000 on up to 100,000 subs.
Okay.
And they're going to see the power of this.
You having that son on who lost his mother? Mob Rats, I'm working on it right now. Yes, I am. You listen, what Jimmy did was way below the belt. So I'm going to go below the belt with Jimmy. That's what it comes down to. If you want to come on, I'd love you to come on and tell me what your opinion is about it, because I love your opinion on Jimmy. You've always stuck to your opinion on Jimmy. The one difference between you and most of the people on here that have these shows is you stick to what you believe. And I know you have issues with JC, but you know what? I'm sure he still respects you.
Well, we're all right. You know, when I did that one show, all I was doing was just pointing out argumentation tactics, you know, with Mob Rats Exposed. I obviously disagree on whether a 302 session is informing or not. But for the most part, look, MRE, you know, he has his angle and he sticks to his angle. And from a marketing point of view, he knows what he's doing. And what he's doing works for him. So, you know, the guy's, he does his thing, you know.
Tommy R killed his mom. I didn't know Tommy R killed his mom, but that has nothing to do with that shooting on that doorstep. I know Tommy Reynolds is in prison for that for the rest of his life. Mob Rats Exposed. What's son? Come on, I dropped you the link, Mob Rats. I don't think he'll come on. It's 11 in Cali. Where is Jagoff's? But here it comes. I have trouble reading yours, Anthony, because the way you write them. That's the main reason I have trouble reading your remarks. Oh, Mob Rats, this kid JC is such a mama Luke. He thinks I'm JC. This Mr. Negativity here.
These guys are clowns.
Well, you're going to get a few of them. Well, you know, we've been getting lucky because, you know, usually we just block out people that don't want to be here.
You know what? Half of these troll profiles are like 5 guys who don't like us who set up 10 profiles each. You know what I'm saying?
FBS and Calandra are both watching eating cheese. Yeah. What? Hey, hi. Hey,
almost.
I got to step away. Props to Tony and Lee. New beginnings. Thank you, Jimmy. Take care of my man. Jimmy's very loyal. Has always been loyal. Okay, let's see what we're going to do here. We have a lot of people in here. Let's see in the chat right now. Hi, everyone. I'm driving. Oh, okay, Mob Rats. Understood. Well, people, look, we've been on an hour, 20 minutes already. I'm going to call it a show because I want to go watch some football. But I want to appreciate, I appreciate everybody that's been here. And Tony and I are going to be doing a couple lives every week. I'm sorry we lost him today, but you know Tony. And I know we're going to hear tonight about Tony eating a steak right off the bone. He just doesn't give a shit. That's who Tony is. Tony just does not give a shit what people thinks. And that's why a lot of people like him, you know.
Yeah, he reminds me of one or two guys I knew back in the day, you know, that he's perfectly content with how he chooses to live his life. Others will see it and say, well, why would he dare want to, you know, live with, you know, out of a car or whatever for 16 years, whatever the exact time frame is. The guy's happy with who he is. And if, you know, that he's not, you know, he's not taking any welfare or anything like that. He does his thing, and you know, he likes what he does. So hey, more power to him.
Yeah, Shorty, I'll give you something to go back and tell. Are you still going to have Judy Shemtov's son on? We're working on it. Let me tell you something about that family. When their mother was killed by Tommy Reynolds and Jimmy Calandra and Chris Paciello, when that mother was killed, they blamed the father. So for 6 to 7 years, that when that murder was covered up, the family thought that her husband killed her, never realizing that it was Tommy Reynolds, Jimmy Calandra, and Chris Paciello that killed her. And people say, Lee, they didn't. JC, will you explain to people that if all people are in on something, they don't have to pull the trigger to be part of it?
Yeah, I mean, look, and that goes with every single crime. My grand theft and burglary conviction from 18 years old, 3 guys got away, and they still charged me and the other guy who were caught with everything they could find. Now, we're lucky that they did get away because there's a stolen car with a bunch of stuff in the trunk from previous crimes. But whatever they could link to everybody, they charged me and my co-defendant with. So it doesn't matter. Armed robbery, you commit grand theft, burglary, assault, kidnappings, you shoot people. If one guy does it, you're all part of it. And I know a number of guys that went to prison in California for 15, 20 years simply for being involved with a robbery where someone got shot. So for you young people out there who think your homies, your bros, whatever, are all good and this and that, you're going to find out that if you do crimes with them, you're going to be accountable for what they do. And when everybody gets nailed, if they don't step up to the plate and admit guilt all themselves, which they won't do, you're going to go down with them. So don't do any of it.
JC, a question. Did you realize that after they killed this woman, that the husband was under investigation for murder for the next 6 years? Because they thought the husband...
And that's really, really messed up, because the cops are always going to go after family members first. Because most murders are between people who know one another, and
not only that, the family of the woman that was killed, this was their stepfather. They thought their stepfather planned to murder the woman and had someone do it. So this poor man was literally, and don't get me wrong, this family, they were into all sorts of other shit, but this poor woman that came to the door wasn't into anything. She was just an innocent woman. She had no criminal record or nothing. And
and that's another type of crime that's real dangerous, guys. If you're doing home burglaries, even if it's not a home invasion, burglaries are one of the crimes that end up in violence way more than most other categories of crime. So you're going into some other, and think about it like this. When I was out there, if a guy had broken into my stuff, I would have smoked them. So if you get killed, by the way, in the process of burglarizing someone's home, you deserve what you get. And I get sick and tired of leftists in particular saying that a guy who got shot in some other man's home is somehow a victim.
But you're in a state that does that. Yeah, here in Texas.
You know what? The American media across the board promotes that garbage now. And California is one of the worst now for that. It really is.
Here in Texas, you don't want to break in no one's home. I mean, people do it, but you're taking a big chance. The
one good thing with California is there's a red state the size of Ohio in here. So there's still a lot of counties where the DA is a right-wing conservative. So if you're in my county, hey, I could shoot some guy in my house and my DA probably wouldn't prosecute me even with my record. So, but I don't want to find out.
Okay, yeah. So I just wanted to talk about that. You know, so Jimmy also used another famous line I'll never forget. He said it was an accidental murder. You can't put accidental and murder together in the same sentence. Do people understand that? There's no such thing as accidental murder. Accidental death, yes. Accidental killing, yes. Accidental murder, no. You can't put it together. Only Jimmy would try to put words like that together. And Jimmy, if you see this show and it pisses you off, all I have to say to you is fuck you, dude. But anyway, that's the show for today, people. JC, thanks for showing up. I'm sorry that Tony had to bust out of here. We had a nice Sunday crowd, and everybody's one. JC, you take care, my man. I appreciate you showing up.
All right, thanks. Sub to my channel, sub to Tony's channel, sub to Hootie, sub to, there's a lot of us, sub to. All right?
Okay, thanks a lot.